Coming up next is DC News
113.
In it, we're going to talk about Before Watchmen and all the many questions that DC has to answer about the Watchmen, which you've never cared about up until now, but which we're going to cover in that series. Also, we're going to talk about the Free Comic Book Day book from DC and why it's going to be so vitally important to the Green Lantern continuity. And we're going to talk about the return of a property which has been at DC before, but it hasn't been there in 20, 25 years. All that and more coming right up.
There's DC news afoot, and this jag needs a couple of wranglers. Until they show up, here's Comic Book Man and Bo.
Should taunting be an Olympic event? DC Comic Book News, episode 113. Pluto knows.
And hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
DC News.
And Bo says so it's got to be true. DC News, which is coming from this place, Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality are all my new comics, including all my DC comics, are always 15% off every day for everyone. You know, when Before Watchmen comes out, it will be 15% off every day for everyone for the week that it comes out. Every week, a new issue comes out on Before Watchmen. And when that series comes out, it's going to answer many, many questions, which many folks who read the original Watchmen never really thought about asking in the first place. But it's going to answer those questions for you anyway, whether you want to know the answers to them or not. Questions like,
why did Dan Dryburg seek out Hollis Mason to become the new Night Owl?
who cares?
What was John Osterman like before he got locked into the particle accelerator and turned into Dr.
He
Manhattan?
was a nerd.
Those are the limited
What do you need to
series
know?
That'll be written by J. Michael Straczynski,
Well, we need to have a whole issue of what he had for lunch that day.
who's been the one DC creator who's gone out of his way to justify the project.
She's getting paid.
You notice that Dave
Man's
Gibbons,
getting paid.
all we've heard is that Dave Gibbons has approved this, and we haven't heard a single word from Dave Gibbons since.
I approve it.
He has
I wash my
completely
hands of it.
disappeared from the face of the earth.
I find no fault in this book and in this project. Take it away. I approve.
Is he going to do the conventions? Do you think anybody will ask about anything else?
I would imagine Dave doesn't do it. Well,
Dave,
no,
Dave may take this year off.
actually, Secret Service is coming out, so he's probably going to show up at least in San Diego. He might even be at C2E2. He's got to talk about
Well,
that.
San Diego, you sort of have to show up in San Diego. It's sort of like going to Mecca.
C2E2, you got to be there
And
at second.
the first issues of Before Watchmen a lot at that point, so people will probably ask him about it. Will he have a panel where he can talk about it? Oh, hell no. Will they have a Before Watchmen panel where they drag him up and basically bolt him to the chair and have him answer questions? Oh, hell no.
Will fans tackle him on the floor and ask him
Will
stuff?
fans walk up to him with the cooks and go, "This sucks," and then throw it at him?
Yeah, bitch.
Before Watchmen comes out, before Watchmen comes out, we're going to have Free Comic Book Day.
We are?
Which is coming up the first Saturday.
It is?
First Saturday in May. I think it's May the 5th. Everybody is told.
It's the day after the
everybody
Avengers
who's
movie
looked on the calendar said this exactly the same thing. Oh, it's on Cinco de Mayo. At which point I go, great, who cares?
Hey, Cameron,
That's wonderful.
are those 50% off, those free comics?
Yes, the free comics are 15% off.
What is 50% of nothing?
And 15% of nothing is nothing.
If we pay you to take
It's free. It's
the
free.
zero.
What do you want? What do you want?
So
And they'll all be here, including the DC book, which is going to feature
the Green Lantern.
the Green Lantern.
It's gonna, and the DC preview book is going to have like a middle section, which will tell us some more about the mysterious woman known as Pandora. It'll also set up the new big Green Lantern event that'll be coming out later on in the year. Because one of the things that happened when Green Lantern 1 shipped was the Guardians sort of suggested that they were planning on replacing the Green Lantern Corps, whether they wanted to be replaced or not.
Why would they replace them?
Because, well, you know, they go off and they do stuff that we don't like, and they don't really listen to us. And why should we have these little weasels with these rings we give them if they don't listen to what we tell them?
Well, you know, the Guardians are in charge of the power battery. Why don't they just shut the power off?
Because someone will figure out a way to build a new one, like Kilowog.
It's their battery. It's their play
Open the
box.
door to cosmic chaos.
Yeah. Open
Now
the
you got
Cosmic
Green
Chaos.
Lantern. No
With this
need to
big,
defend it
huge,
over.
massive...
You know what happens in the military when a couple of soldiers decide that they don't want to listen to authority anymore and they
They
go
get
off and
shot.
do their own thing? They get arrested and shot.
Yeah, they get arrested.
It's not real. It's not a lot more complicated than that.
Well, the big Green Lantern event will be called
What?
Third Army.
Third Army? What happened to the first army?
I think the
What happened to the
third-
second army?
Who watches
I'm answering my own question. Manhunters, Green Lantern Corps,
and
Third Army.
their replacements, right?
Okay.
Remember, the Manhunters didn't work, so they replaced them with the Green Lantern Corps. They don't like the way the Green Lantern Corps is going, so they want to replace them with the Third Army.
Who watches the Watchmen?
And apparently, we're going to find out who the first Lantern was, because the first person who became a Green Lantern apparently was taken away and locked up by the Guardians because he didn't like what they were doing.
He's
coming back, boys. And
I
girls.
saw the direct-to-DVD video they did on that. There was the first Lantern guy, the little bald-headed guy with the ring who wiped out the space fleet and was the greatest Green Lantern of all. He was
And
the
then
first
he was
one,
never
blah, blah,
seen
blah.
again.
Well, I don't know what happened to him after that. but he was
The Guardians locked him up.
Okay. Last story we've got. This is a DC story?
This is a DC
Okay.
story.
Last story we've got involves, and he has been at DC before a million
Oh, he's
years
been
ago.
everywhere.
A million years ago, but he has been at DC before. And that is He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. DC is doing a miniseries on this?
DC, actually, James Robinson and Philip Tan are doing a 6-issue He-Man and the Masters of the Universe limited series starting this July.
Yeah.
Apparently, the storyline is Skeletor finds some way to take over everything, and all the other Masters of the Universe have no idea who they are. And they slowly find out who they are and decide to go back and
Oh,
attack.
they forget who they are?
Yes, he finds something that allows him to make them forget.
He goes back in time with the reverse flash and he changes everything. in
Well, I don't think it's part of the DCU.
It's called tequila.
Well, tequila works too. Yeah.
Gets them all shit-faced.
He gets them all really, really drunk, and then they wake up and go, "Where the hell did we get?"
Now, for those of you who are wondering what I was saying before, yes, the Masters of the Universe, their very first comic book appearance was in DC Comics Presents, the old Superman team-up book. Oh, the number escapes me, but it was within the first 50 issues. I want to say somewhere between 25 and 50. But the very first appearance of Masters of the Universe was in a team-up with Superman, and the DC Masters of the Universe comic that was the springboard. That issue was the springboard 4, had a free giveaway in another subsequent issue of DC Comics Presents. So yes, Masters of the Universe originally first showed up in DC Comics. Not that it's a DC property, but it first showed up there.
It's back.
And it's back. And it's back where it first started off, which means now it can go away and we never have to hear about it again. It's come full circle, it's gone Alpha Omega, and now it can go out the door and never come back again, which is fine with me, because I am the power! And that's it. We're done. Finish around here. We got no more DC news, but go to the store's website, check out all the DC news that this man sends me that I post up. Bo! I need some more coffee. Tell him where to go.
Sarah knows where all the website stuff is. Talk to Sarah. Tell him!
He can remember a comic book from 20 years ago, but he can't remember the name of his own web address. www.myalternatereality.com.
Cool.
That's actually
So go to the store's website, check out all his news that he sends me that I post up, and until next time, Bo, finish your thought.
I'm Dolph Lundgren.
No, you're not. And this is Comic Book
It's Frank Langella.
saying, thanks for watching, folks. Bye!
I have the power!
Help us here at Alternate Reality to improve your kids' grades. Now, we know that good grades deserve a reward, and that's why we have the Alternate Reality Good Grades Club here at the store. If you have a grade schooler in the Chicagoland area, either city or suburbs, bring in their report card and we'll issue you one of these. Alternate Reality Good Grades Club card. Now, for each A, your grade schooler will receive a 2% discount, and for each B, a 1% discount. Now, based on this report card, this grade schooler is going to get an 11% discount here at the store for everything, all the time, all year long. So come on down to Alternate Reality, because good grades deserve a reward.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.